Hello, how are you doing today? I have a question. What kind of person has a dog that isn't friendly? You ever walking your dog and someone else is walking towards you? And then they're kind of stopped and they pull their dog and they're kind of standing there and I always go offer up, "Oh, she's friendly." And then you ever get those times where the owner says, "Well, my dog's not." Like, okay. First of all, first of all, thank you for telling me. Second off, how does that happen? And third, if you think the fuck I'm going to move and you shouldn't take your dog and get the fuck away from me, that's where people get shit wrong. If I'm walking my dog who's friendly down the sidewalk and there's a choice to be made that somebody says, "Oh, my dog's not friendly," well, then you get the fuck out the way. Not me. Not my dog. My dog ain't doing shit. Take you, your piece of shit attitude, and your piece of shit dog and get the fuck out of my way. That's. I've had people just stand there with their dog as if I should go around them because their dog isn't friendly. I'm like, no, that's not how that happens. It's like when people are walking on the sidewalk and there's two people side by side and they take up the whole sidewalk instead of being courteous and moving and kind of making space. I haven't quite understood that. I don't know. How do you, how do you, how do you, hi. How do you make a dog that isn't friendly? I mean, is it the seed doesn't fall too far from the tree? I mean, I can see in certain situations, you get a rescue dog and you're trying to train it and make it happy and healthy and blah blah blah. But as a general rule, like most people have good dogs, but to have a dog that's just not friendly or mean, I don't know. How the fuck does that happen? See, if your dog is see, even aggressive isn't even right. Like aggressive and mean is the same thing. But you can have a strong dog, and it can be a guard dog, but that doesn't mean it's mean. It's controlled. You should control your fucking animal. I don't know, man. So there's one story from a couple days ago. It's happened a few times. It was like, I don't know, what the fuck do you want me to do? It's usually people with yelpy dogs, the little pieces of shit. Because that then you know, like, oh, little piece of shit dog, piece of shit owner. It kind of tends to function that way. Yelpy, mouthy, bite at you. I've never had any real big dogs. I've had two big dogs bite at me, but many little dogs because they're just like, those little fuckers. So what's up? Who's up in here? This is a lunchtime, short little lunchtime talk. I was gonna do another talk on something to do with the NBA, but I'm gonna label the talk as such. So um, we'll save that for later. What are y'all doing? There apparently is six beings here, robots, human, otherwise. What's going on in your world? In this really strange place in between Christmas and New Year, that most people, I don't know. To me, it doesn't feel any different than any other day, but to other people, they what's up, Patrick Rogers? How are you doing today? Yet other people find this to be the what is that place like in between purgatory. This is like purgatory, in between going to heaven or going to hell and earth. Like that's a little space in here. I don't know. Is anybody doing anything for New Year's? Is anybody gonna go party like it's 1999? Party like it's 2019? Shit. I don't know. I haven't really done the New Year's thing in years. I don't do the Christmas thing really. I don't do the New Year's thing. Sometimes I do Halloween because it's awesome here, but I'm thinking I might do something for New Year's this year. We'll see. Doing okay? Okay. Upgrade that okay. It turned okay into all right. All right. Because you can be all right. You tried to email me a video. I'll check right now. Did it not? Which one? Theo Luminous? Did you go to that one? Because if you put it on private, then I can access it that way. Uh, yeah, let me see, man. Let me see here. Uh, maybe it went to my. I've not checked my spam box in quite a while, so there is possibility. No, I don't think so. No. Did you sure you did I tell you the name or did you look it up on my thing? TheoLuminous. That's the email that uh that's level 1 of my emails. Theo Theo Luminous. There you go. At Gmail. I don't know, man. That's the one you used. Theo Lumen IOUS. Yeah, had Gmail. Yeah. I don't know. Are you doing it from perhaps a different? Are you using Gmail? Are you doing it from a different country? Those are possibilities because there's sometimes like funky. Because I mean, despite using Gmail, because I use Android, there's sometimes funky things that happen. I don't know how all of that shit works, but I know that sometimes when people use Apple phones to even get at me through text, sometimes the shit doesn't work. Yeah. See, sometimes these things happen. I don't know, man. Like if you did it from like say Proton, or if you did it from if you're using I bet you use Yahoo. What's up? What's up, branches? The green line. That's so interesting. I was doing a lot of research on nitric oxide and nitric acid and oxide, and also there's a element called um, it's a mix of silver and gold, and it's called it's actually there's a green element to it as well. Um, and I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it reminds me the way you just put it. That reminded me of it. Green Lion. Aqua Regia, yeah. Yeah, I'm very interested in like the nitrous and nitric and those things. Obviously because they use it in funny cars and it's a fuel and I mean look into weightlifting and bodybuilding and they use a lot of nitric acid, nitric what is it, nitric oxide, and there's like nitrous as another gas that's used in doctors' offices and shit, and in race cars and shit. So I think there's something interesting there. Every element that's of a higher. I was watching this movie called the Aeronauts, and it's about this taking a balloon up to like 30,000 feet, and the different levels and densities. So yeah, branches. I still I will get back to you on your email. Um, I'm gonna have to read over it all again because I read it probably at a drunken state. I read it's like write drunk, edit sober. You know. Speaking of, let's see. Hey, branches, your bunch, right? Is that right, or am I thinking of somebody else? um, are you guys still typing right now? Because there's 8 people in here and I'm getting nothing on this side. Sometimes shit gets jacked up. Sometimes people are busy. I don't know. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Yeah, I can definitely. If that is you, I'll do a show for you if you want. What else? What else? I just wanted to come here and bitch about dog owners for a second. I don't think anybody can truly be a cat owner though. I'll say that. People can have cats around, but you can't own a cat. Even if they're an indoor cat, it's not your cat. It's pretty much summed up in that dogs look at you. The cats that come home and see food and water, and they're like, yeah, because I'm God and those are my subjects, feed me. Where a dog goes, my God provided me with food and water, and they look up to you as if you gave them food and water. That's the difference with cats and dogs. So I'm guessing that there is probably a problem with the chat because I'm getting nothing from anyone. So Patrick Rogers, feel free to try me again, and everybody else. If somebody types something in there, I'll continue to talk, or if not, I really ain't got shit to say. We could do a quick meditation if you want. I could teach you about something. What would you like to know? Oh, there you are. You're still there. Okay, the other 6 people are out here. Yeah, so try again, man. See if you can get through. Are you on for coffee? Yeah, for coffee up the pooper, or just like a regular coffee. And if that doesn't work, man, I will give you a different email and a different system. Yeah, regular coffee. A shot up here and a shot down the shorts. If you're at work, good meditation, breathing practice is adjust the spine, and you're gonna do more of the mouth to nose breathing. You're bringing oxygen up to the head, bring it this way, and more nose. So you have the different breathing patterns are for what you're trying to do and accomplish during your day. Your alpha, beta, theta, delta, alpha, beta, theta, delta, or in order, it's theta, alpha, beta, delta, or beta, alpha, theta, delta. Right, bat D or D tab, delta, theta, alpha, beta. There you go. So in one way, breathing in and out of your mouth. So if you want to have an alpha brainwave, that there's a way to breathe to bring you want your breathing to be more in your mind if you're doing a mental activity. If you're stressed out at work, then you want to bring energy down and pull it out of your head. So like breathing in your nose and out of your mouth will pull energy down and you'll get out of your head. It'll ground you out. Where if you have something that you have to be thinking about and doing than in the mouth and out of the nose or in the nose. That's gonna, and you can also, as an upgrade, change the nostril you're breathing in. If you have to do something creative versus something that requires, so left hand is connected to the right brain. If you're doing something creative, you want to breathe in. If you're doing something more focused and repetitive, and it'll balance out your brains. You can just go back and forth, and then it'll balance it out. So like, and you can do them this way too. That's going to do a little less, the out breath, but the in breath through the nose is the right way to go. The in breath through the nose is where it's at, and that will balance your brain. So a few more moments here. If anybody else shows up, if anybody has any questions on the breathing patterns or well, anything at that. What's up, Trey? The Christmas presents the one I did a couple days ago. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Patrick, that's a good one. I didn't get deeper into the two nostril breathing, but that's pretty simple for balancing the two hemispheres. Orbs and mitochondrial ships branches. Yeah, you read that that Savan Bomar. Well, it wasn't his, but he had posted a link to the video by what's that Russian dude's name? Well, he did a whole video on the Sumerian mitochondrial. Yeah, that's interesting. And Trey, of course, man. So funny, whenever I'm doing this and I'm sitting like this, it looks fine in here, but then I go and I watch the video and the comments are over my face, so I have to kind of get over here, I guess. Lean in the video, like, oh, ugh. Get that shoulder. Ugh. Ugh. So I got a few more minutes, and then I have to clean up a little bit and go eat some food. I think I'm gonna eat food today. I might start a whole, even though it's the false New Year, as people know, it's not really the New Year. The New Year would be most probably be either April 1st or April 22nd, which would be the equinox, right? Spring, or April Fool's Day, meaning you got fooled thinking somehow the New Year could be in the middle of winter. What this New Year's has to do with anything, I still have yet to figure out. I don't know, other than just an arbitrary. I mean, there's really nothing. Well, everything's arbitrary to a point, but it's like within the system that's given to you. It's not exactly arbitrary, but it misguides you to what the time is. Because why would you think that in the middle of winter nothing is growing? It's the New Year. The New Year would be when something blossoms. Like April showers bring May flowers, so the season of change, of showering, of giving energy to the earth, that would seem like the New Year. But what do I know? Orbs. Do you think they're projected from inside because of maybe thoughts that you have, or do you think they're really like sitting out there? I'm not suggesting either, but I just wonder. Yes, but Stan, there you go. Which month did I say? March. Excuse me. Yeah, April. Excuse me. Yeah, you're right, Stan. So March. Excuse me on the date. So I was just a month ahead, but yeah, March 21st. Yeah, so like March. Well, then there's even a connection to March 22nd, 322, Skull and Bones, 22nd. That's going into the or April 1st. That was the connection there. Is those dates? So like the into that equinox and then into April Fool's Day, which would be the new actual New Year. So it's kind of connected to, December 21st is the equinox, right? And then we celebrate the New Year's, right? Yeah, I said April. You know what I meant. Yeah. So if it's the 21st of December, then January 1st is New Year's. So if I said March 21st, like right around the other equinox, right? And then going into April 1st, that would be April Fool's Day. So fooled you, that was actually the New Year's. That's yeah. There you go. Yeah, sometimes you gotta give me a little leniency. I talk fast, and I might mess a month or day or word up here and there. Actually, I don't really talk that fast, do I? Anybody notice that I talk fast? I'm not like a fast talker. It's usually I have a lot to say, so I say a lot in a small period of time, but it's not. Does it seem quick? I don't know. No one's ever told me to slow down when I talk. I kind of talk fast. Yeah, I guess. It depends on what I'm talking about. If I'm excited, I'm a fucking excited Southern over here. Excited Southerner. I also think it has to do if I've talked about it before. What the subject is, that it will kind of adjust my pacing, and depending on how, like, will someone lose something in translation. Like, I think there's enough people that listen to me that they're gonna catch the key ideas. That the rest of it I'm just trying to get through. But yeah, there is a pacing that I when I'm really well aware of it, I'll change the pacing. But if you become too thoughtful of your language and dialogue and what you're saying, then it will screw you up. Your head will get in your own way of talking. So if I'm always considering the next few, like right now, I'm doing it on purpose. I'm adjusting slightly a pace, like a few words, a couple ideas, and I'm that will quickly get in the way of talking for a long time. And having it will definitely slow you down and like oops the well you'll overthink things. Yeah, daily meditations can definitely meditations and affirmations. Any input on making Valentine's Day to deliver newborns in winter? Trey, you got to help me with that. I don't know what that. Any input on making Valentine's Day to deliver newborns in winter? Oh, oh, I hear what you're saying, Trey. Now I got you. Uh, is the Earth still? Was there a time it wasn't? What part of it? I don't know. As far as I know, appears as such. Um, Pedor. Also, is there any validity in making Valentine's Day to deliver newborns in winter? There must be something, a push for that 9 months. So March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So that would make what? November babies. So it would make Sagittarius and uh, Scorpio, Sagittarius babies. Sagittarius, yeah. Is that about it? So I don't know. I mean, it seems so. Like, why else would they really push fucking on Valentine's Day? I mean, look at the birth rates. I don't know it off the top of my head. I would say just go just do a quick Google search. When are the most births in, and go through the decades? I'll bet you'll find that you're probably right. For what reason? I don't really know. I can't really I mean, you can push to try to get people to have babies that are, what month do you want? Like, do you want them to be earthy? Do you want them to be fire babies, windy babies, water babies? So it seems like Valentine's Day would give you what? Water or fire babies, not air, not earth. Is that correct? So Sag and Scorpio are fire and water, right? I'm gonna, interesting. I've thought about that before, but I didn't know where to go with it. Jane Roberts. I don't know Piotr Koshnev. Koshnichev. Piotr Koshnichev. Jane Roberts. I don't know who that is. What would the books? Give me one book. I'll check it out. It's a lot of Scorpios. Yeah, I've dated a lot of Sagittarius. A lot of Sagittarius. Too many. And some Scorpios too. In fact, yeah. Yeah, Jane Roberts. And that's the name of the book. Pitor Seth Speaks. Is that the one? I'll check it out. What's up, Jimin? Hey, Jimin. I seen that post. You looking all Thor esque with your back. You said the back out right there. Yeah, I'll check. Pitor, I'll try to come back through this video and check that out. So I got a few more minutes, y'all. Yeah. At first, I was like, "What is he doing? Is he trying to pick up that log? What is he doing?" It was like 2 days ago you posted it. How do I see 2020 playing out? I don't really. Um, you can. I guess you can only really profitize for yourself. I mean, you can kind of influence the larger world, I guess, to a degree. And I don't guess I know, but um, it seems that everybody is starting to be on that 2020 vision that you're what does it what did it all really mean? What is the um what is this new age? What is this Aquarian age? I think the energy is obviously different, but I mean that's me personally because well shit, I've been on this earth for how many years, so as an old soul, which way should I want this to go? Are there some outside mechanisms and forces at play? Seems like it. But um, I would go with the route of what the it just seems like so many channels are really like about like it's a new glorious age. There's gonna be more and bounty and down with the bullshit and da da da. Hey, I don't care if people call it new age or not. It is a new age. It is a new system. It has to be. I think it seems and it appears as hey, I mean, if you go day to day, you'd be like nothing's changing. It's all the same. But you can kind of like you look up and you see like people are using people are using virtual reality goggles. They're doing all of this different thing. Like if you go to certain places, like if you live in a small town, everything's gonna look like that to you. If you go to a major city and you can watch something happen new, you go to a new spot and you're like, where the fuck did this come from? What is this? What is this? You know, and so I think there's plenty of new um, energy and and then I hate saying shit like that. It's so fucking lame. New energy. Well, of course there is. To what to what use? To what use is it all? Are we gonna get into gamma energy now? Does anybody know how to use gamma energy? You know the correct breathing patterns? Do you want to get into using some epsilon breathing patterns? I mean, yeah, it seems as though it'll be a prosperous and golden time for us all. How's that? Yeah, 2020 is four, so it's the forces, the four seasons, the four. Yeah, I see the four. Ain't nothing new. Four is a foundational number. It's a doorway. It is double. It's like a double Gemini, right? It is a doorway. It is a cube. It's a cross. It's an entry point. Four is a door. Is an that's it's all yeah. Four is D. It's the four door. Yeah, and a D is the sun coming over horizon. That's where you get the that's where you get the letter D. It's for That's why if you look at a go look at your pan L and your where you're turning on and off your breakers, and the panel has what's called a square D on it. It's a half of them. Yeah. Well, some say it's a half moon. It's half of the sun. It's not a moon. It's a sun because it's turning something on, like the heat, like the sun god on. So it's not the square D is a cubed up half of a sun coming over horizon. Um, which you can even isn't even coded in. 4 plus 3 is 7 plus 2 is 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 is 1 and 0, which is I/O, and I/O is how you turn on and off a computer system. So there's a big coding there too. What are you doing? So what are we building if 4 is a doorway? Salom On's temple, just the temple of Heliopolis, the temple of whatever yourself. Yeah. Come here. Do you want to play? Is it playtime? Hmm? Yeah, Pitor and anybody else, I did a series on the coding of the house and electricity and a bunch of letters. Um, I did a series. I think it was called the Zen Gem series. There was like 4 or 5 of them, and I did most of the. I think I did all the letters and some numbers. IO or AO, yeah, AO. It depends. You can kind of, but yeah, the IO. What do you want? What do you want? Yeah, the pole and the hole, the I, the 1 and 0, the I, and. So I'm playing with my dog. Well, I mean, it could be. It could be. I see what you're saying there. I mean, if you owe Saturnalia, or if you owe this Saturn Time Lord, maybe. But um, I think the deeper meaning would be inside of the masculine, feminine energies. What are you doing? But as you're saying, Gary, if it's Saturnalia and Saturnalia is Christmas, then it would be IOU, right? Not even IOU, but just like you're gonna owe somebody because now you went out and bought all them Christmas gifts right here. I owe. So there you go. You bought too many Christmas gifts with money that Well, later, Angie. Oh shit. Uh-oh. The dog is biting now. Oh yeah, you want to bite this foot? Huh? What? Anybody else want to play with this dog? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that somehow that I think that there's anything to 2020 is somehow that system gets changed. It seems in a lot of ways the system already has been adjusted, altered, changed with the some people don't like it. Some people think it's the greatest thing ever. Um, like Bitcoin and all of this. Every new tool has its faults and its benefits, right? When Saturn aligns with Jupiter, it will begin. So that's the 21st of this year, right? Or of next year. So is it December 21st? 20 December 21st, 2020. Some people were thinking it was this year, but I'm one to think that the same way there was a window with the Mayan calendar till now, and then there's always, there's if you're born on the 22nd of any month, you're kind of right there as a cusp. There's always that cusp time, which is just like you can't have everyone board the bus while everyone's getting off of the bus. There has to be some sort of, you know, there's no direct energy. Okay, now it's now, not then. There's a little bit of that little slice of energy that comes in and energy that goes out. You can't breathe in and out at once, if I make it simple. So yeah, I was always kind of on that, you know. I was hoping there was some major apocalyptic upheaval this year, just because I know I would find it funny. But yeah, I was the math always seemed to kind of go towards that, especially with the planetary alignments and shit. Because these bodies on consignment. If you knew what you were for, that song. um, Gematria. Oh, so Pitor, you don't know. Oh, you don't know who I am. I don't mean to say that and come off that way, but yeah, I'm very familiar with Gematria. A lot of my early work, I work with that, and I decode a lot using etymology and gematria, and a lot of my early writings on my WordPress, I deal with a lot of that. I mean, my thoughts on it. There's an underpinning to that, and it the original form is cymatics. Then from cymatics, then we can start to form letters, and those sounds that were created in cymatics, then we can form letters and numbers. And those we can use to even encode the idea of what the cymatics are. But the cymatics are the creative principle or force. Those letters and numbers and hinging are just they're arbitrary because there's so many different systems of gematria. Yeah, I know him. You're talking about um, how's his name? I used to follow him for a long time. Does shit on sports all the time. Uh, Hubbard, Zach Hubbard. Is that who you're talking about? Or are you talking about the other dude that does it? Yeah, they decode things in an awesome way. I think they get Zach Hubbard. Yeah, I think that a lot of people they get hung up and stuck on that. You know, yeah, they get stuck on that. Where because I remember watching him and everything he'd be saying was like, oh, it's all connected to the evil cabal, and see, it all goes back to this evil blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, I can take everything that you just did with gematria and I can go right to that same exact chart you're using on the same system you're using, and I could find a word that means exactly the opposite, because there is larger and deeper encoding in anything. So I would take the same words, the same letters. My old WordPress is Zen Alchemistry. Is that right? Is that Zen Alchemistry? .wordpress? Let me make sure that I think it's Zen Alchemistry. It might be Zen Alchemist. Let me make sure for you, man. It might just be Zen Alchemist. We'll see. So anybody else that doesn't know this, yeah, ZenAlchemist.wordpress, and that's my writings from like 2012 to 2017. Zen Alchemist. There you go. That's my words. That was before I started talking on here. Yeah, I mean it's using word magic to. I mean, when we're already working with English, which how many words do you know that you can hinge them into meaning the opposite of what, like I just said, have. Did I mean to have something, or did I mean to split something in half? Did I mean you could? There's so many words that are homophones, that are synonyms, that are antonyms, there's so many different things going on there that it's you know yeah, even cursive. Even if you write in cursive, is it always a curse? Because I've been given letters from people that are writing cursive that are love letters that didn't mean a curse, that it meant something really jovial. And then I've also been, people, you use capital letters, and then you can use lowercase, and like, oh, I love this shit, man. Like, it really, what does it all mean? If it comes from a place and an energy of that, dot, that, that whatever it is. I don't use the word love. I don't use the word. You could use the word authenticity. You could, hard to even use the word truth, because everything has its own truth apparently. But as long as you have that and the cymatics create an image, that image is about all that matters. It's you have image and you have the feelings you have about the image. That's all you got. Everything else is secondary. Especially the coding. The coding can be done many different ways. There you go. There you go, Gary. Curse or whatever is imposed on it. You could write something down and you could say that same thing in a million different ways. So what does it mean on a piece of paper? If you don't know someone's voice, and then you read something written down, you might think they're being serious, and really what they were doing is saying something with a joking tone, like this guy's a real piece of work. Oh, you're a real piece of work, aren't you? And one is like a, yeah. What are you doing? This dog is so jealous right now. Are you jelly right now? Because she knew I made a video about dogs. Oh, is she going to smash the phone? Don't smash the phone. Get over here. Don't you do that. Or we will fight. You want to fight? You want to fight? Yeah? You want to fight? Yeah, anagrams are also in there. There's a big coding in anagrams. You can unveil types of understanding of what words might really mean by using anagrams, but anagrams again can be, you can find, it will give you it will circle you into an idea of its polarity, that it could mean this or it could mean that, but it'll give you a better understanding of what the word means. Gives you a balance to the word. Because anagrams are going to be connected to the coding of the numbers. So gematria is connected to anagrams. So if I can change the letters, then the letters have a value, and each letter which no one's taught in school, has a certain value to it. You're taught that the word, I don't know, tree means that thing out there, tree. You're not taught that the letter T, the letter R, and the letter E all have a value and a meaning. But once you know that, then the letter T, which is connected to, depending on the code you're using, um, is 20, R 18, E 5 5, 20, 18, 5 and 5. Or if it'd be 2, 9, 5 and 5. And so we could break that down even to 11 and 10. Okay, so 21, 3. That tree is a 3 if we break it down. Now, is there really only 9 things in the world? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe any word that breaks down to 3, I can show you its connection to a tree. No, that's just to say that if we can build a word out of letters, then each letter has value. And that letter that has a value connected to a number that has a value. Numbers, quite arbitrary. Letters, quite arbitrary. But underneath that, because there's so many systems that you could use, you could use a base 10 system, you use a base 3 system, you use a binary system, you use a base 20 system. You use 26 letters. You can use another alphabet. It's all going to be, but it's all based originally. You can't change what the sound does. If you take the sound, which we'd call 432 hertz, and put it underneath, a piece of paper on top of a speaker, it'll create a form. So I got one of those, like, those hairs. I got him. Oh, and it kept tickling my nose. So it's still gonna give you the same shape. You can't change that. You could say that means 432 hertz, or you'd use a different mathematics. Like, no, that's 11,261 methyloms or something. It doesn't really, but the shape is still going to be the same based on the harmonics. There you go, Gary. The AIOUs, the vowels. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 72. I mean, isn't that connected to the Quran and the 72 virgins and all that shit? Isn't that something there? The Cyrillic alphabet has 33. Peter, of course you must believe that, Peter. I mean, I'd probably agree with that. I've never really studied the language that much, but um, for all intents and purposes, English and Anglish is the highest form of the alphabet that is known, because it is a mixture of every other language that has ever come before it, and it is now universally accepted as the coding system for computers, for everything else. And because it has peppered in to so many different things, that we see a universal constant in it. And so even alphabet, see, there's something coded in the alphabets. Even if we take out the vowels from A, E, I, O, U, it's 5 out of the 26. We're at 21, so we're playing blackjack again. And getting into the 33, you're already equaling 6. So there's already many ways to play with the master numbers and shit. But yeah, I hear you. Yeah, to me, the 33 is connected to the human body, right? But I could also say that the Mayans, their calendar was better because it was connected to the. It's like, no, we're on 1260 time, right? 12 hours, 60 minutes. That's garbage. Where'd that come from? Who's using that? If I look at the human body, it's based on 1320, 13 articulations and 20 joints in the body, right? 20 major major places of articulation. Excuse me. So there's just different ways of using the body, the 33 vertebrae. We got 32 teeth, 33 vertebrae. Then we got, but why are we using Fahrenheit? 32 degrees, 33 degrees. Yeah, there's Many reasons for it. You know, that's connection back to the Bible and all that shit. Yeah, for sure. But check it out, y'all. It's been a pleasure. I do have to roll. I have a little bit of cleaning up to do before I dip out of here. And yeah, good to see everybody. Good to meet you, Pitor. And I'll try to check that book out. And maybe I'll be on here a little later today or tonight. You all do weirdly wonderful, worldly things today. Go play with animals. Be goofy. Stay up. Big up yourselves. Goof troop. We'll talk soon.